Hello, my name's Andrew. I shall be guiding you through this tutorial installing WordPress with the WAMP server. I've been using Windows 7 and I'm running a 64-bit operating system. So let's get started. The first thing that we want to do is go to WordPress.org. You could go to WordPress.com if you wish to install, but we're going to install WordPress.org because that's the open-ended system. You can use your own domain name. You're not tied to WordPress. WordPress.com, your web address would be WordPress.com and then a username. So it's not unique in any way. So we'll install WordPress.org because most people using WordPress will already have a domain name and their own hosting possibly, or you want to work locally. So that's what we're going to do. Just go to WordPress.org to start off with and download WordPress. Latest version currently is 3.5. So download that and then we will find you'll have on your desktop or wherever you downloaded to a zip file, which is this one here. Okay, unzip that to wherever you want it to go, and you'll end up with this. So they're all your files to install WordPress. Okay, the next stage is we obviously need to get a database up and running, so this is where the WAMP server comes in. If you go to just do a search for WAMP server, wampserver.com, you'll come to this page, more than likely on the start. Go to download. Depending on what bit system you're running, whether you're 64 or 32, I'm sure you'll work out that. So in my case I'm 64-bit. I have already got this installed, so basically just click on it and you want to go, you can read all this information if you like. You can download directly, so download that directly onto your desktop or your download folder and install that. Just follow the steps, very straightforward. I've already got it installed, so I'm not going to go through that. But eventually, if you don't find it on your desktop at all, go to your programs, scroll down, find WAMP server and start it. Simple as that. Okay. Now, as we can see now, down in the system tray, we've got the WAMP server and it's showing online as in green. So if we just click on that, we can put offline, restart, stop services. You've got your PHP, your admin, which will take you into your PHP My Admin, which is installed locally. Okay. So let's now skip on. The next thing that we need to do is we need to locate the database. So go into your computer. You should, when you install this, just a word of caution, make sure you do put it in your main C drive. Okay, and you'll come up and it will be there, WAMP. Okay, so let's click onto WAMP, and what we're looking for is www, which basically, if this was on a server, this would be your public HTML folder, your root of your server. So if we go inside here, you can see I've already got some set up here. We go into KFC. Okay, and there are all the WordPress files that you're going to need. So what we want to do is let's create a new folder. and we'll call it, let's just call it Rabbit. Okay, and that's where all the detail, all your files are going to go into. So let's just get out of the way. Let's go into the WordPress folder that you remember you downloaded the zip file, you unzipped it. There are your files. Click into it again. Remember, you're not putting that into you're going straight through and you're picking all these files up. So you'll have your WP admin, WP content, 3 folders basically, and then all the other folders needed. So let's copy all those. Copy. Let's get that out of the way. And then we're back into the WAMP, www, in Rabbit, and let's paste. And they are copying. Okay, so we've got all that information. Now that's ready to run. So the next stage, very straightforward. We'll go into the WAMP server. We'll go into phpMyAdmin. Okay, not Apache, your versions, phpMyAdmin. That's where your database is going to be stored. Okay, and we can see we've got localhost. And let's go to home. Now, let's go on to the databases, which is that one there, and create a database. Let's call the database Rabbit. Doesn't matter what you call it for security purposes. I mean, we're only doing this locally. All this can be changed at a later stage. But let's create that. And there we've got it. There's Rabbit. Let's go home. We can see we've got Rabbit. We click on Rabbit. That will take us to the database structure. There's no tables, there's no nothing at the moment. Okay, so if we come out of that, the next thing that we need to do is we need to set up WordPress so we can install it. Because I just want to show you something now. If we go to localhost, nothing is coming up with all these Rabbit. If we click on that, we could create the file now. What I want to do ahead of time to save with this config, there doesn't seem to be a config file. Now you can go ahead and create one, and it could create, sometimes it can complicate things and it just won't happen. So what we need to do is we need to go back into your computer, back into your WAMP, back into your www, back into Rabbit, and here we have the config file. Now it's a sample file. That's why when that screen came up, it said you don't appear to have one, because it's called config sample. What we need to do, right click on that. You can open this with Notebook, but I like to use Notepad++. So we'll open it with that. You can use it if you've not got it. Notepad++ is pretty much free anyway. Now, the areas that we need to concentrate on are these areas here: the username, the password, and the localhost and the database name. Okay, so let's. Okay, so that's basically what we need to do. So if we go back, let's just have a quick overview again. WAMP into the phpMyAdmin. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that the information is put in correctly. Now, we called the database Rabbit, so that is the database name. So let's bring that back up. So in the database name here, to highlight and it's Rabbit, and it was all lowercase. Because you're working locally, phpMyAdmin will give a basic root is the username. It's always root. Okay, and the password is nothing. So just delete that. Keep the hyphens because then it's nothing. And the host name is localhost because you are localhost. You're doing this locally. So we need to save that. File, save, come out of it. Then the next stage we need to go back into this folder where we've just changed this file. Okay, in new WAMP, www, rabbit, and let's right click on it, rename it, and just get rid of the sample. So all you've got is wp-config. Okay, so now comes the exciting bit. We're ready to install WordPress. So let's come out of, don't need to be in there anymore. Let's go to a browser. And what we need to do is type localhost / and we need to type wp -admin / install.php. Now it's not been found. So what have we got? What have we done here that's wrong? Now this is what a lot of people, where people do make a mistake. Localhost. So what we have is where was it? Okay, so we go back in and we look, and we went to the WAMP server, www, which is your public, would be classed as your public HTML. See, now it's deeper down than root, so it's Rabbit. Okay, if there was nothing else in here except this, then that's the information that we will put in. But we're further down, so it's Rabbit. Okay, people do make mistakes like this, so this is why I'm doing it this way. So it's wp-admin / rabbit / install. Press enter. Now we've still got a problem. So let's try http / localhost rabbit install. Still nothing. So 404 not found. So let's go down. Let's look at our WAMP server. Let's put everything offline for a second. Let's put everything back online. Double check everything's working. And then restart all the services. Okay. Sometimes what can happen is phpMyAdmin can run a little bit slow. So sometimes it may not work for you. Okay, so see nothing still. Okay, so let's just Okay, so that's, now try that again. We've got localhost. Oops, sorry, localhost rabbit /wp admin install.php. Enter. Okay, now we've got it now. If you do have a problem with it, just double check that your services are running. Leave it for a little bit. It can take, I mean, I've done this install so many times. I've even had it where it's been 15 minutes or so before it's just been able to come up. Whether it's something to do with, it has to be something to do with the database being a little bit slow. And I work locally on quite a lot of sites, so I can sometimes have a lot of databases. Anyway, now we're at the install stage. So a site title, this can be changed within WordPress should you need to at a later stage, so you call it whatever you like. Username will always come up as admin. When you do come to install this, if you're going to be working locally with this website and then eventually you're going to put it on your own hosting account, you cannot change the administrator from admin. So for security reasons, most hackers are just going to, the first thing they're going to do as default is for the username they're going to try admin. So let's put a different name. Let's just put kitchen as a username. Use whatever you like. Password, you can change your password inside. So all I'm just going to do, I'm just going to call it kitchen again, just so that we can get it. I know it's weak, but you can change all this. You just need to get in there. Your email, do whatever you like. Allow search engines to index it. Allow it, you're working locally, they can't index it anyway. So, okay, then install WordPress. Okay, and there we go, success. Your username, kitchen. Your password, yeah, we know it was kitchen. So let's log in. Okay, kitchen. We don't need to remember it, and log in. And there we have it, WordPress installed. Let's view the site, and there we go, we've got it already viewed. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's go into one of the first things I like to do initially on a fresh install is go straight into settings, go into my permalinks, and if you start posting and building pages and this is live, you don't want this. You don't want, that's not good. It's not good for search engines, it's not good for you, it's not good for the customer. So you want custom structure. If you do, basically post name and custom structure are basically the same. If I set custom structure now, save the changes, it drops back to post name. They're the same thing. Okay, so there we have that. Appearance, we'll be talking about a lot of all this sort of thing in later tutorials. This is just a bit of a taster just to get you up and running. Let's just go into themes, and we'll see that we've got a couple of themes in WordPress. Let's change, let's activate, let's get rid of this theme. Let's put the 2012, which is the newest. all fresh installs will come with these two themes. So let's just activate that, and then we can just go up to here, visit the site, and there we have it. We're all there. We're all set up. Okay, now let's log out. Well, yeah, let's log out. Okay, we're logged out. Let's just open a new browser, and when you want to view your site, your localhost / rabbit. Oops, doors went to that. / rabbit, and there we go. Okay, you're now stored locally and up and running. Hope you'll come back for some more tutorials. We're going to go step by step through a lot. From basic installation, we're going to go through widgets, themes, building themes, PHP, CSS, HTML. We'll be working with Dreamweaver. We'll set sites up so that you can work with them locally within Dreamweaver, and then just upload everything, and you'll be working with live code. Great way of working with WordPress. We'll talk about DNS, domain name servers. We'll also talk about some web design. So hopefully, please do subscribe. Please come back for more. Thank you.